What's up, my mates of YouTube? In today's video, I'm going to be cutting deep into the core of relationships and heartbreak. Just kidding, I'm going to be giving a first impressions of Paco Rabanne's 1 Million Lucky. Now, I recently read online that this has been discontinued, and I read quite an outpouring of support in favor of this. I haven't even seen that level of support for the regular 1 million, so that intrigued me. Is this going to stack up against it, or am I going to immediately dislike it in the same way I dislike Paco Rabanne's 1 million? I've been quite outspoken regarding 1 million. It's never been a favorite of mine. In fact, I've loathed it. I find its cacophony of cloying sweetness and that repugnant cinnamon note, I'm not a fan of it. But I understand that it is a beloved fragrance here in Australia and the eyes have it, so to speak. So let's get this thing opened up and give it a first impressions. Let me just put my coffee down. The packaging is pretty typical for 1 million, except it's got silver on the front of it instead of just all around gold. And then Lucky is printed right there. Let's see. As for the bottle itself, it looks virtually identical to the regular 1 million, except for the fact that it's silver instead of gold. I slightly prefer the look of this one. Now, let's get into the fragrance. The atomizer is pretty solid, I'm not gonna lie. Straight away, I'm hit with this blast of stone fruits and citrus. And that's all I can immediately pick up. But there is this slight undercurrent of woodiness that I don't believe is present in the original 1 million. And another point that I'm going to make is that this does not have that cloying, disgusting cinnamon note. This is fresher than 1 million, and I think that's to its benefit. It's also more gourmand as well. There's a nuttiness to the fragrance that is quite nice and reminds me of Dupe Wow Intense for him. Yeah, if you're a fan of anything like with bold caramel, chocolate or coffee notes, I would suggest checking this out, at least on a tester strip. I haven't even been wearing this for 5 minutes and I already prefer it to 1 million. The freshness really helps set this one apart. Now, the downsides. This is still a cloyingly sweet fragrance. However, the sweetness here is more fruity rather than that sort of sugared cinnamon note that's in 1 million. I find 1 million Lucky to be okay. In comparison to my outright loathing of 1 million, this is okay. I would give this a middle 5 out of 10. It's definitely preferable to the original. I haven't smelt the Eau de Parfum or the Parfum of 1 million. I will get those eventually just to check them out because although I dislike the Eau de Toilette, oftentimes the Eau de Parfum and the Parfum versions of a fragrance are quite different and I believe in giving things a chance. But my first impressions of 1 million Lucky are that it is an okay fragrance. It is sweet, so if you are a fan of sweet fragrances, you're probably gonna love this. Even if you're a fan of the regular 1 million, I would still recommend checking this one out as it's a fresher take. But that by no means makes this a high heat summer fragrance. When I say fresh, I mean it in a comparable way to the original. This is not the sort of aquatic, fresh and clean version of 1 million. This is still very sweet, very dense and very heavy. But I do believe fragrances like this have a place, and given the trajectory of the fragrance industry right now, men's fragrances are getting sweeter, more gourmand. I think you're going to be a fan of this one if you're a fan of current contemporary men's fragrances. If you've ever worn this one before, let me know in the comments below as I'm always curious to hear what you guys think. And until the next video, my name is Aussie Marcel, and I'll catch you guys around.